Welcome to the virtual tour of the Early Learning Campus at the University of Louisville. We are located at 409 Reg Smith Circle near Betty Johnson Hall on the Belknap campus. Our program serves children of the faculty, staff, and students of the University of Louisville and residents of Family Scholar House and the Old Louisville neighborhood. We care for children ages 6 weeks to pre-kindergarten. Our curriculum approach is based on practices developed in a small town in northern Italy named Reggio Emilia. The Reggio approach is emulated around the world and is prized for its effective focus on young children as capable learners who explore, wonder, test, and create to build knowledge. Major tenets of the Reggio approach include an emphasis on relationships with children and families, inclusion of natural materials and open-ended loose parts, and the use of art and music to expand children's communication and appreciation for beauty. Our building was specifically designed to support our Reggio-inspired curriculum approach. We work hard to ensure that our program meets the gold standards of quality in this country. We are committed to continual program enhancements and are proud to be one of the few centers in this area to hold accreditation from the National Association for the Education of Young Children. In addition to national accreditation, the ELC holds 5 out of 5 stars in the Kentucky Child Care Quality Rating System. Stars are based on quality across areas of operation, including teaching practices, classroom environments, health and safety, curriculum, family engagement, and program management. When you enter the building, you will find yourself in a small entryway with an electronic pad for logging your child in and out of the center. Your fingerprint will connect you to your child's records. When you are finished logging in using your fingerprint, the pad will unlock the magnetic inner doors. After logging in on the pad, you enter through the inner doors and pass through a short hallway with the front desk and business manager office on the left side and the assistant director, program coordinator, and director offices on the right. This short hallway opens into the first floor piazza, which is similar to a town square in Italy. The piazza is typically a space where families can chat or classrooms come together for projects. Children's art and documentation of their learning is displayed in all piazzas and on the hallway walls. 6 classroom doors and the kitchen open onto the piazza or the short hallway in the north corner. Our youngest children are in first floor classrooms so that they do not have to navigate flights of stairs before they are ready. All ELC classrooms, with the exception of our Sweet Peas room, are very large and provide plenty of space for children to move and play in whole groups, small groups, or individually. Each classroom has a counter and kitchen sink with an attached bathroom connected to the room. During COVID precautions, we are not using the fingerprint pad to avoid spread of the virus. At this time, families do not enter the building, but drop their children off at the inner set of doors after completing a daily health screening. While we continue front door drop-off and pickup as COVID precautions, we will use the first floor piazza space for social distancing as children move to the front door to go home at the end of the day. The study of nature, light, and shadow is another major tenet of the Reggio approach. Our facility has many large windows to allow plenty of natural light. The building's various window shapes were designed to look like a child's shape sorter toy. Our ceiling lights are halogen rather than fluorescent to more closely mimic the natural light spectrum and to avoid flickering and popping, which can be stressful to children with sensory integration issues. There is a large light shaft on the 3rd floor above a translucent floor in the 2nd floor piazza. This lets natural light come all the way down from the roof to the 1st floor. It is also very interesting to stand in the 1st floor piazza and look up to watch people on the 2nd floor walk across the ceiling. Our outstanding teaching staff are dedicated early childhood professionals who are well versed in best practices, NAEYC standards, and quality and environmental rating scales. They give our children love and individualized attention to support learning and a positive sense of self. Each classroom team consists of a lead teacher and 2 to 3 teaching assistants or aides. Our lead teachers work with their teams to develop weekly lesson plans based on the children's interests and current skill levels. Each team follows a predictable daily schedule so that children feel secure and confident. Lesson plans are posted and shared with families each week, and classroom teams create monthly newsletters for enrolled families. The lead teacher meets with families for individualized conferences at least twice per year, once in the fall and once in the spring, and more often as needed. We use the Ages and Stages questionnaire, the Child Observation Record, and the Developmental Milestones checklist to assess strengths and areas for growth. We also use the Brigance Kindergarten Readiness Screener in our pre-K classrooms. If the family or teaching staff notice possible developmental concerns, our program coordinator is available to assist with resources and additional strategies. We use Conscious Discipline by Dr. Becky Bailey as a strengths-based approach to help children build self-regulation and problem-solving skills as the foundation to positive relationships. We encourage our families to look up Conscious Discipline online to learn more about how to help their children develop positive social skills. Our lead teachers hold degrees ranging from associates to masters and have many years of experience working with young children. Our assistant teachers also hold certifications or degrees in the field ranging from child development associate to master's degrees. Our teaching aides are entering the field of early childhood education. Many of them are seeking child development associates or a degree in the field. We are also fortunate to have very talented student workers on our staff, many of whom are seeking degrees in early childhood education. They assist in classrooms and fill in for absent staff as needed. We maintain excellent staff-to-child ratios, which are often lower than state requirements. We maintain ratios of 1 teacher for 4 infants, 1 teacher for 6 toddlers, and 1 teacher for 10 preschoolers. Our families directly communicate with their children's teaching teams to discuss learning, classroom events, and their child's needs. When they have questions about anything at the center-wide level, our administrative team is happy to help. Our program coordinator, Paige Schenk, works with families and classrooms to support children who may have developmental needs, special needs, or struggle with positive behavior. She has many connections and can help families contact local resources as needed. Paige is also our contact for questions about the waiting list. She holds a master's degree in social work and had 30 years of experience working with children and families prior to joining the ELC. Our unit business manager, Andrea Welch, is the contact for payment and account questions, child care subsidy contracts, and all things financial. Andrea holds a degree in finance and is our go-to person for all things financial. Mary Hay is our dietary manager. Miss Mary is highly trained in nutrition and is constantly learning more and more and has a passion for making certain that young children have healthy foods. She is very willing to meet with you to discuss any special dietary needs. Terry Robinson, our assistant director, handles the day-to-day operations of the ELC, such as staff scheduling, training coordination, and regulatory compliance. She is a problem solver extraordinaire and is well-versed in all aspects of ELC operations. Terry holds a master's degree in education and taught for many years before moving into administration. She is in charge when the director is not present. I am Dr. Jill Jacoby Vessels, the director of the ELC. I work with our team to develop the ELC vision, build respectful and collaborative relationships with our families, set and achieve goals, and create policies that adhere to the gold standards in the field. I hold a master's degree in interdisciplinary early childhood education and a PhD in teaching and learning with an emphasis on early childhood. I have administered quality children's programs for nearly 30 years, working in military, public, and private settings. The second floor piazza is accessible via 2 stairwells located in the corners of the building or by taking the elevator. The second floor piazza is filled with natural light from the large windowed shaft that reaches to the 3rd floor. Children's art and documentation of classroom projects and events cover the walls and hang from the ceilings. There is a piano with color-coded keys so that children can create their own music and write it down using matching colored markers. We also have a large supply of multicultural instruments, including steel drums, maracas, rhythm sticks, bongos, castanets, rain sticks, floor toms, tic-tac drums, djembes, shakers, and tambourines. Every class has scheduled playground time twice per day and time in the 3rd floor gross motor area. Infants and toddlers may go on a buggy walk. Our playground is divided by fencing to create 2 areas, one for the younger children and one for the older children. There are developmentally appropriate climbing structures in each area, and the surface is covered with deep mulch. We have an area with permanent drums and a xylophone, a short ball hoop, and a covered sandbox. Small raised garden beds are located around the edges so that children can plant flowers and herbs. We supplement the built-in materials by bringing new items out from the classrooms and planning teacher-supported activities. The 3rd floor is a large open space so that children have room to run, jump, and play ball. It is particularly handy on bad weather days. One area is dedicated to tricycle use. Another area is covered with thick gymnastics mats for tumbling and rolling. A third, smaller and less busy space allows for children to play individually or in small groups. The greenhouse door is located on the south end of the 3rd floor. Other doors lead to the rooftop garden. The rooftop garden and greenhouse provide children opportunities to plant seeds and grow flowers and vegetables, watch birds, and play in the fresh air. The spaces between the garden beds are filled with flat pavers. There are wicker chairs and tables to create a place to relax and unwind. Art and music are very important elements of a Reggio-inspired curriculum. Young children do not yet have fully developed verbal skills and so may not be able to fully express themselves in that way. Art and music are languages in themselves and allow new ways for expression. We also want to ensure that our children appreciate beauty and creativity from cultures around the world. Our art and music teacher, or a tellerista, teaches basic art techniques and shares masterpieces from around the world. The in-depth creative experiences are tailored to meet individual skill levels and interests and teach children how to communicate their ideas with others. Art materials may include clay, various types of paints and brushes, glue, collage materials, fabrics, papers, markers, crayons, and items from nature. Music experiences include opportunities to build listening skills, dance, hear a wide variety of music, use of many instruments, including on-site instruments such as cellos and a timpani drum, visiting musicians, discussion of music terms, and creating tempos. The Tellerista works collaboratively with classroom teaching staff to ensure that art and music are embedded in daily activities. Of course, during the COVID precaution period, we are doing virtual experiences rather than in-person visitations from artists and musicians. Our staff observe the children's interests and skill levels to develop play-based learning that captures their excitement and supports next-level learning. We use a variety of loose parts and natural materials to create open-ended play opportunities called provocations. Some provocations may represent a small world, such as the ocean or dinosaurs in a forest. Others might recreate scenes from a recently read book. Provocations might simply invite children to explore or invent. Teachers often lead children through extended projects based on their interests, working together to find new information and think in new ways. We incorporate math, science, literacy, fine and gross motor, self-help, and social skills into our play spaces and projects. Teaching staff stay close to observe, interact, assist, or add complexity as needed. Play-based learning is active and sometimes messy. Children should be dressed to play and get dirty. They should wear shoes that fully enclose the toes and heels for safety. An extra full set of clothes is needed for spills and accidents. We will send soiled clothes home for washing. Our dietary manager serves breakfast, lunch, and afternoon snack. All meals meet the nutrition requirements of the federal food program. Our menus emphasize fruit, vegetables, and lean meats with limited sugar and no juices. Drinks include milk or water. We provide all food for the children, but can accommodate special dietary needs with documentation from a medical provider. We are a completely nut-free facility due to severe allergies and ask families to remember this and avoid eating nuts just prior to coming to the center. Mothers who are nursing are welcome to use our nursing nook, a private area with a rocker and one-way windows into the infant rooms. The children are all offered an opportunity to nap following lunch. If they are not interested in sleeping, they are encouraged to rest their bodies while they play quietly or read books. Infants under 12 months sleep based on their own needs rather than a scheduled time. Children 12 months and older will need to bring crib-sized bedding for their cots. Bedding will be sent home each week for laundry. We typically maintain an open-door policy and allow families to visit the ELC whenever they would like. However, access to the building is currently limited as a COVID precaution. Families drop their children off at the front door, and staff members escort the children to their classrooms. We conduct health screenings upon arrival and check temperatures throughout the day. We wash hands frequently, practice social distancing, and clean high-touch surfaces multiple times each day. Our staff members wear masks, and many are currently immunized. Children 3 years and older have the option of wearing a mask. We will encourage them to wear their masks if their families choose to send them, but we cannot insist. We work closely with our medical advisors and the health department and strictly follow requirements for quarantine. Our staff members get tested regularly every month. Our current fee schedule, which is based on classroom assignment, is available in the Family Handbook, which is posted on our website at louisville.edu/education/ELC. The second or more child in the same family receives a $5 per week discount. Children typically transition from one classroom to the next in mid-August for the start of the new school year. On rare occasions, children may be moved to a different room in the middle of the year if a space becomes available and the child's needs meet the next classroom's levels. All of our spaces are for full-time childcare. We do not have part-time rates, but families may choose to pick up their children earlier or not attend on a given day based on their own needs. After 6 months, each enrolled child will have up to 2 weeks of available vacation per school year. We do not charge fees for unused vacation weeks. Unused vacation weeks do not roll over into the next school year. The ELC is open from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. We follow the university's schedule and so are closed for the major holidays and the university-approved winter holidays, typically from Christmas to after New Year. We are also closed for 1 week in August for mandatory staff training and preparation for the new school year. We do not charge families for the winter holiday break or for the week of closure in August. Regular U.S. holidays and snow closings are subject to tuition. We maintain a drop-off policy of no later than 9:45 a.m. for all children except those under 1 year. This helps us provide consistency and implement a high-quality curriculum. Children may be picked up at any time, but must be picked up no later than 5:30 p.m. The ELC is a model school that plays a critical role in the preparation of effective new teachers. U of L students seeking degrees in early childhood education and music therapy may have courses on site in our studio space. They observe classrooms through the one-way mirrors or may enter to teach a planned activity under the guidance of their instructor or our teaching staff. Students in other fields, such as nursing or social work, may also complete course assignments at the ELC. Our children frequently benefit from this relationship with U of L students and have enjoyed student-led family drumming circles, small group activities, and learning through music. Of course, during COVID precautions, students are not allowed to enter the building unless they are currently staff members at the ELC. If you are interested in enrolling your child, you must first apply for our waiting list. The form is posted on our website at louisville.edu/education/ELC. Please read the Family Handbook, which is also posted on our website, before applying to be certain that the ELC is a good fit for your family's needs. You may send completed waiting list applications along with the $100 non-refundable application fee to Early Learning Campus, 409 Reg Smith Circle, Louisville, Kentucky, 40208. We will send a confirmation of receipt. Most of our spaces become available in mid-August when our graduating preschoolers leave us to go to kindergarten and the younger children move up to fill in the vacancies. Some spaces occasionally become available during the school year as families move away. Priority placement is given to siblings of children already enrolled. In addition, the ELC was created through a partnership between U of L and Family Scholar House. Family Scholar House owns a predetermined number of spaces. If they do not need all of their reserved spaces, they release them so that families on the waiting list can fill the vacancies. We typically begin working on our class lists in mid-June for the coming new school year and continue to offer spaces off of the waiting list through mid-September as families change their minds. Unfortunately, it is not possible to predict how long it will take to receive an offer of a space, as there are many variables that come into play, including how many people are ahead of you on the waiting list, the number of open spaces, and whether or not the people ahead of you accept the offer, and currently COVID group size restrictions. In pre-COVID times, it could take a year to a year and a half to get an offer for an infant or toddler. Preschool spaces tend to take a little less time. Families further down on the list are often able to get in because the timing was not good for other families. If you are interested in enrolling your child, you must first apply for our waiting list. The form is posted on our website at louisville.edu/education/ELC. Please read the Family Handbook, which is also posted on our website, before applying to be certain that the ELC is a good fit for your family's needs. You may send completed waiting list applications along with the $100 non-refundable application fee to Early Learning Campus, 409 Reg Smith Circle, Louisville, Kentucky, 40208. We will send a confirmation of receipt. Most of our spaces become available in mid-August when our graduating preschoolers leave us to go to kindergarten and the younger children move up to fill in the vacancies. Some spaces occasionally become available during the school year as families move away. Priority placement is given to siblings of children already enrolled. In addition, the ELC was created through a partnership between U of L and Family Scholar House. Family Scholar House owns a predetermined number of spaces. If they do not need all of their reserved spaces, they release them so that families on the waiting list can fill the vacancies. We typically begin working on our class lists in mid-June for the coming new school year and continue to offer spaces off of the waiting list through mid-September as families change their minds. Unfortunately, it is not possible to predict how long it will take to receive an offer of a space, as there are many variables that come into play, including how many people are ahead of you on the waiting list, the number of open spaces, and whether or not the people ahead of you accept the offer, and currently COVID group size restrictions. In pre-COVID times, it could take a year to a year and a half to get an offer for an infant or toddler. Preschool spaces tend to take a little less time. Families further down on the list are often able to get in because the timing was not good for other families. If you have a question regarding your account or anything financial, please send an email to elcbusi@louisville.edu. All other questions or requests should be sent to elcadmin@louisville.edu. Our front desk phone number is area code 502-852-3521. We ask that if you have questions that you would like to discuss, that you call between the hours of 10 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. because in the early morning and late afternoon, we are assisting families with drop-off and pickup at the front door and are not able to engage in long discussions. We do want to hear from you, and we do want to be there for you. So again, please contact us if you want to call the front desk between 10 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. That would be very helpful. Thank you. If you have a question regarding your child's account or anything financial, please send an email to elcbusi@louisville.edu. All other questions or requests should be sent to elcadmin@louisville.edu. Our front desk phone number is 502-852-3521. We ask that you call between the hours of 10 o'clock a.m. and 3:30 p.m. if you would like to discuss anything so that we can give you appropriate time and attention to meet your needs. We are very busy in the early morning and late afternoon helping families with drop-off and pickup. Of course, you can call at any time if you have an emergency. But again, if you would like to talk with us, please call us between 10 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. That would be very helpful. If you have questions that are at the child's classroom level, we ask that you email your child's lead teacher once you are enrolled. The lead teacher will contact you to give you the email address. If you would like more information about specific classrooms, please view the Infant Toddler Classroom Tour or the Preschool Classroom Tour, which are also posted on this website. We thank you for your interest in the Early Learning Campus and hope to have an opportunity to work with you and your children.